Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a really fun midnight blue look. It's a really deep, gorgeous look, but it's obviously blue. And I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in midnight blue. I'm going to be giving you some great tips on how to use these. It's just such a beautiful color and I love it so much. The staying power on these is really awesome, and I'm going to be using a couple of my shades actually. So I hope that you guys enjoy it, and if you want to see a step-by-step on how to get this look, then keep watching. Alright, so funny enough, with a blue shade like this, I like to apply kind of almost like a warmish brown base. Keeps the eye from looking, kind of getting that bruisey effect when you use really dark bluish or purples. And it kind of like warms it up and still intensifies the blue. So what I'm using is the Sigma eyeshadow base in Pose. These are not available yet, and I hate using this, but they will be out soon, and I will give you all details on that. But it just worked perfect for this. And I always use a synthetic brush like this. This is a P86 brush from Sigma as well. They're the best like cream shadow bases I've ever used that are truly bases that prevent against creasing. So when those come out, I will give you much more information. So then I'm going to use my Midnight Blue Infallible eyeshadow by L'Oreal. And these are a little tricky. When I first got them, I wasn't sure quite how to apply them because they don't really transfer to brushes very well. But if you use a more stiff, dense brush like this E55 from Sigma, you can kind of work it into the shadow like that and really get a lot of color. When you apply them, you just want to sort of work it in the same way, almost like you're wiggling it onto the lid, kind of patting it, and you see it has really good transfer. So I'm going to cover the lid with this all the way to the crease. You're going to want to start creating a shape. Now you can kind of see I'm making it go a little farther out on the outer edge. You don't want it to be completely round. When you do very dark shades, that can give you kind of the raccoon eye effect. So you want to at least extend a little past the crease in this middle part, but then sort of like wing it out almost, like you're kind of pulling it outward, and you want it to be a little higher on this outer edge. To blend, I like to use this P82 brush. It's almost like a little eraser. It softens those edges really, really nicely. Again, taking a more dense brush, this is an E20. I'm going to use this for my lower lash line since it's a bit smaller. And I'm just going to kind of trace along this outer edge, sort of connecting it to the color, working it in about halfway. I want to lighten up this inner corner just a little bit, so I'm going to use this E30 brush and the Endless Pearl, which is the one that isn't super frosted, which I actually like. It has a sheen to it, but it's not so intensely frosted, so it's, I think, a little more flattering to use this for. So I'm using it right there on the inner corner, kind of blending it along the lower lash line right into that blue. Take the same color on a larger brush. This is an E60, and just barely highlight your brow right up underneath your eyebrow. For dark looks like this, sometimes you can skip liner, but I actually think it's great to apply a black because it really helps the blue stand out. Using the L'Oreal Carbon Black Liner Intense, right on my upper lash line only. Kind of pulls everything together and really makes the blue pop. And then I'm going to line my waterline. I love the Urban Decay Perversion liner for this. It's just one of my favorites right now for doing this. And I'm just going to kind of fill in this area right at the base of my lashes on the upper part. I'm not touching my eyeball. I know this looks like crazy. You can do this in a way where it's not like irritating to your eye and all that good stuff. I hate to see people like pulling it down and like really getting in there. You just really want to kind of just fill in that area at the base of the lashes and the area of the waterline that's closest to your lashes. I'm going to take that all the way in. One of my favorite steps that really makes a huge difference, no matter what color that you're using, is to kind of go around the color with a fluffy brush like this. This is an E40 with a warmer brown. And lately my favorite has been from my Defining Eyes palette for Sigma. I've just been grabbing for this color every time. It's the chestnut shade. I love this shade so much. I used it a lot of eye mats on the makeovers, and it works with like every skin tone. I used it on everyone, and it looked great. So I just kind of take a little bit of the color and go around just like that. You see it really warms it up, makes it look really blended and nice, and it's just very, very flattering. Alright, now to finish the look, I apply mascara. I'm using the Neutrogena Healthy Volume, which has been one of my favorites as of late. I've used this color, or this mascara, since college. I've loved it. I used to be so in love with it, but I recently rediscovered it. I'm really liking it. Alright, so that's it for the eyes. Keep watching and I'll show you how I completed the look and what I used on the rest of my face. So as I always say when I do really dark eye looks, don't skip the bronzer, don't pale out your face, make your face look healthy. And I like to use the Laguna bronzer by NARS. Using just a big fluffy brush. This is an F20 by Sigma. A little bit around the hairline. Cheek color is also really important since I'm going to use a little more pink lip. I'm going to use this more natural shade. It's called Madly by NARS. It's really nice. It transfers just kind of like a tan rather than looking like super pink or like an obvious color. So for my lips, I don't want to go too overboard since my eyes are obviously very dramatic, but I don't want to pale them out either. I want a little bit of color. So I'm going to use this shade by NARS. It's called Bolero, and it's the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil. It's a very like matte subdued color, but it's very like bright corally pink. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoy it. Don't forget to check out my blog post. I always do an accompanying blog post with tutorials and most posts in general with all the products that I use, more photos of the look and everything. So check that out, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.